This got me back in the game. I'm fired up. I'm actually signed up for the Virginia Open. The amount of energy that I have, I don't even know how to explain that.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Inside the Fight, brought to you by New Hope Regeneration. So excited to have my friend Kevin on the podcast today. Kevin, welcome to the podcast. How you feeling, brother?
Thanks, Chris, man. I'm excited. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Well, we're so glad that you're doing well. Kevin is a lifelong martial artist. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you reside and your martial arts journey.
My name's Kevin. I live in Holly Springs, North Carolina. I've been here for a little while now. We own a gym called 36 Chambers here in Holly Springs, and it's mainly a Muay Thai gym with Jiu-Jitsu and MMA as well. We've been in business for about 6 years. Prior to that, though, I've spent my whole life really in martial arts. I mean, geez, from Kempo when I was a kid to wrestling in high school, and then an MMA journey with started off with kickboxing and then MMA, and next thing you know, there's jujitsu that comes out of the world in the '90s, and been hooked ever since. But so yeah, it's been a long time.
Incredible resume. You know what I mean? Guys, check out 36 Chambers if you're in the Raleigh area. Highly recommend to go see Coach Kevin. But man, talk about Muay Thai. What's that like on your body, like over the years? What was that like training in the striking arts and the MMA world?
Oh, it's you take a toll on the knees and the joints and the elbows, and not to mention the TBIs and the head trauma that comes around with it too. So it takes a toll. One of the things that I would think that happened the most was the head trauma. Right? It caused a lot of contusions, a lot of concussions, TBIs come around of it. I spent a few years in the Army as well, and so that didn't do any favors to my body, that's for sure. So sometimes you wonder which one had a better impact, or a bigger impact, not better, no, worse impact, more like.
What was that? Talk to us about what was that doing to your quality of life as you were getting a little older as an athlete,
Yeah.
in the combatives world. Thank you for your service. We appreciate that, brother. But talk to us, like, what did you notice in your training? Like, what was happening?
Oh man. Well, here we are, almost 50 years old, and you take the past 20 years from 30 and on. You kind of think you can do everything you did in your 20s, and you realize it's not a good idea. It started to progress over the past um, 10 years to where, bicep tears, ACL repair, all of that stuff was just taking a toll on the body. And what I thought was arthritis was really inflammation, just constant aches, pains. Then the ability to recover was taking a longer time to recover. It wasn't fun. And so what ended up being 2 to 3 days on the mat ended up being an hour on the mat a week, to, oh, I really don't want to get on the mat, to, I'm not getting on the mat, I'm not training, and hurting, and then trying to coach at the same time as training. It's not doing my students any favors if I'm not learning. Uh, and it just started to take a toll. And then it was very discouraging. Didn't want to work out, didn't want to lift weights, didn't want to do anything. Um, and I thought a lot of it was just age. You blame the body, you blame the aches and pains, but we beat up ourselves, and you just kind of accept it, I guess is the right word. And I and I didn't want to accept it anymore, and I didn't feel right. I couldn't sleep at night. Um, Going in and teaching students to learn a martial arts that I wasn't even really training in because I hurt.
Man, something you said really just stuck out. It wasn't fun anymore. And
Yeah.
I really, you think about other individuals, they have their hobbies they love, And then as they get older, they choose different hobbies because it's not fun anymore because it hurts. And that's why I'm so excited to share New Hope Regeneration's mission. You're not your diagnosis, right? The rest of your life can be the best of your life. So we want to take it from it's not fun anymore to could we have fun again, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the catalyst that got you to say, I need to look at doing something different? What I'm doing isn't working. I'm not getting a return. I don't even want to train, right? So mentally that had to be really difficult. So what was the straw that said I have to do something different and I need to find a way?
Um, there's this Japanese phrase, right? It's called the ikigai. It's like your passion, your mission, what you're called to do. And we all have different spiritual or religious beliefs. But like me personally, I knew God was calling me to do something, and I was missing the boat because in my life, I'm a coach first. I'm passionate about coaching, and I I might tear up a little bit because I really care about the fact of there's a student on the other end of this line that I'm investing in, that there's a light bulb moment, an aha moment, whatever it might be. It's like, yes, that's it. And I was starting to miss that. And not being on the mat, not coaching the sports, I tried to find other avenues to fill that ikigai, and it wasn't working. And I knew my calling was on the mat to coach. And so sitting with my wife one night, and I was like, I got to do something. And that's where we started pursuing questions, and I asked my professor. It's like, I don't know what to do. And he told me about you guys. So yeah, and that was a dream.
Amazing, brother. Listen, thank you because you should get emotional because what you do matters. You are literally changing lives, right? From kids to that adult that walks in that needs to find his family, right? Right.
Yeah.
I like to say, the dojo is the island of misfit toys. Come on, man. Like you
Yeah.
belong.
Totally.
You walk in, you bow in, you're a part of a new family. And so kudos to you for not giving up, right? Not accepting that that was going to be your fate,
Yeah.
So now you went to your professor, right? We don't know what to do. That's why it's so important for us to be on the mat
Yeah.
because as coaches and professors and senseis and seafoods, whatever your title is, right? Um, we have influence and it does matter and people look up to us. So you talked to your professor who had therapy with us, correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So
He
what
did.
so what was the conversation like?
It's like he's my age, right? And it was a little bit more of a dude. I don't know what to do. I can't get out of bed. I can't come more than once a week. I'm not doing my students any favors, and this is just not going well. I don't know what to do. And he said, "Listen, I'm 6 months in after his therapy, and was obviously a complete difference that you could see in his physical stamina and his ability to recover." I was like, something's awesome about this that I need to get on board. And seeing that evidence and seeing that experience happen, it was an easy decision for me and Alex to do. It was like, yeah, this is no brainer. We're going to do this. Um, I don't know, I didn't really explain, but like there was so many supplements that I was on to try to eliminate the inflammation and eliminate the aches and pains and try to work towards, you know, getting better, but nothing was really advancing me uh, at all, really. And it was, several $100s a month in supplements that weren't covered by insurance. It's like, what am I doing here? So, yeah.
Same experience, yeah. I mean, I was on 17 prescriptions a day fighting a no hope diagnosis, plus all the supplements to try to teach. And today I'm on zero. I don't
Yeah.
take a single pill, man. I don't even take ibuprofen.
Yeah.
So great job, man. So I'm assuming you have that extra disposable income now that you're not spending on all those supplements.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's a little bit of a savings, significant savings. Ever since January, when I went through the therapy, it was almost immediate for me. Not I know that's not everybody. Alex wasn't exactly the same kind of response, but dropped supplements left and right, and felt like I was 28 again. And so I was one time on the mat to I'm she's telling me I might be training too hard for my age. It's, I'm going
My
I'm
wife says the same thing. My wife is like, maybe you should slow down. I'm like, I just
no
had
way.
therapy. That's the
Yeah.
whole point.
I'm not slowing down at all. Yeah, I'll be in the gym lifting weights in the mornings in the sauna, and then I'm in the dojo training uh, with John and team during the day, learning from them, and then I'm coaching 2 to 3 hours a night, um, almost every night a week, and rolling with the students, getting in there, sparring with the students. It's just night and day difference.
Are you having fun again?
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, it's a blast. Yeah. I feel like a new creation. I'm sitting there going, I got purpose again. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I know it in my heart and my soul that that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And I get in there and go and it's I just feel unstoppable now. Yeah.
Amazing, man. Amazing. So here you are. You go. You and your wife both get therapy, and my wife got therapy as well. We see a lot of husband and wives because the one spouse does the therapy, and then they, well, I'm doing okay, and then the wife reminds them, you couldn't put your socks on out of bed. I've heard that story before. Have you ever
Yeah.
heard that?
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't even get on one foot to put my pants on. I had to sit down and it's like, oh, this hurts. And now I'm sitting there doing pistol squats and it's amazing. Yeah. And she's like, what
Right.
is going on? So
And
yeah.
then obviously your wife gets to see those results. So of
Yeah.
course she becomes a product of the product. How's
Yeah.
her journey going? How's she feeling
It's
now?
it's phenomenal. The response when we get home at night from coaching, there's kind of a staggered deal there, but she'll come home later and she's like, "Oh, I just sparred with the guys," and she's a, small little petite Filipino woman that's, a Muay Thai crew and she's in there sparring with these 240-pound guys. It's just amazing. I'm like, "You did what?" She's like, "Yeah, I feel great." So, yeah, it's awesome.
So talk to me about your TBI and like your head injuries. What have you noticed since therapy as it relates to that? Like inflammation,
Oh,
cognitive, memory, like are you seeing improvements in that area?
yeah, the biggest, I think the biggest hit, was that cortisol level was wicked high. I was draining, I was dragging, I was not focused. There was a lot of brain fog. There was blood work done, thinking it was celiac and all this kind of things. And um, ever since January, no, excuse me, I would say it was probably about maybe 30, 45 days after the therapy that I, I started realizing that I could see clearer. I had more focus. Um, I was able to continue the task, driven task, complete the task almost a little obsessively. Like, it's like, okay, I'm getting this done and I can stay focused on it and go. But the amount of energy that I have, I don't even know how to explain that really. It's just the drive is there. I feel better. The clarity. I used to have migraines, bad migraines, and they haven't come back.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
You just said I don't understand, right? Like it isn't it, it's wild the
Yeah.
power. And when you think about the science, you and I hit the mega millions for our body. We have an
Right.
entire army now that is regenerating to help fight the good fight because regenerative cellular therapy is our own body mechanical repair system. So all that energy is you actually have the soldiers fixing things for you now. And that's just such an amazing testimonial. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah, no, it's been life changing for me, and I have been so grateful for the opportunity. So yeah.
What would you tell someone that's out there that is suffering similar to you, that has some of that, those injuries, suffered from some of the chronic things that you had? What would you tell them if they're not sure what to do?
I would say that there's no time like the present to get it done. Financially, you can get it done. It's realistic. It's not out of the way. It's not like I'm sitting there a millionaire, for crying out loud. You know how it is running dojos. It's not like we're banking here, so, we do this for the love. And so to come up with the funds, it was a no brainer. And it was the best decision I've made in my entire life. And I don't say that lightly.
That's amazing, man. Thank you for that. And you are right. It is affordable. It is safe. It is effective, and anyone can receive it. And I'm so glad that you pointed that out. So if you're on the fence, can guys reach out and send you a message?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
What's the best way to reach out to you? So tell us about your gym and the name of it and where it's at, and tell the viewers where can they reach out to Coach Kevin.
You can hit us up. Look us up at 36chambersnc.com. You can check us out on Instagram or Facebook. We're all right there. Same thing, 36chambersnc.com. That's the best place to reach us at the gym. You can get me or Alex either way through the gym. Contact information. You want to reach out to me personally, it's fine too. Kevin Spruill on Facebook. It's a public profile. You can hit me up. Ask me anything. I'd love to help.
Guys, Coach Kevin's offering, man. Take him up. If you're not sure and you're on the fence about regenerative cellular therapy, shoot him a message. I'm sure he'd be happy to share his story and his experience. Any final words, parting words to the martial artists, to your students out there? What would you like to say?
This got me back in the game. I'm fired up. I'm actually signed up for the Virginia Open. It's the first time I've competed in probably 15 years. So that's getting me pumped up. It's game time. It's go time. So it's time to compete. And that's a different side of me, and I'm excited about it. And so my students are going to be able to see what it is to prep and go through camp with Coach Kevin. And it's great. I'm excited.
Amazing, brother. Guys, so Kevin, thank you so much for spending time with us today. Yeah, man. Obrigado. You are, guys, go see Kevin at 36 Chambers in Raleigh, man. Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, lifelong martial artist. But until next time, remember, you are not your diagnosis. The rest of your life can be the best of your life. My name is Chris Sparks. This is the New Hope Regeneration Podcast, and we're staying inside the fight. Join us next time to learn more about regenerative cellular therapy. Thanks so much.
If you enjoyed the show, visit newhoperegeneration.com. And be sure to tune in to the next episode to learn more about regenerative therapy.